is that battery holder, so I don't know if that comes out or not. That could be a problem. But we don't need to worry about that yet. Let's disconnect this board using some really sharp pliers. I'm going to hold firmly while I pull up. Get this connector off. There we go. Alright, now we have this top board. Definitely need to clean this slot here where the game pins go. But really, the board doesn't look too bad. Okay, so we set that board aside for now. How are we going to get that battery out of here? Oh, this whole thing moves. I can feel it moving. Is that all part of this piece? I think it might be. Okay, that would be great if it is. Now, one screw there. One screw there. Now will it pry out? Oh, no. It will not. Oh, wait a second. Actually, I'm not going to pry all the way. We gotta get the door off. There's just that little stop right there. So right up on that. There we go. Okay. Now we can fold that back in. Here we go. There we go. Compartment. That's insane. And then this is also pretty terrible. The good news is that we can just remove this with these two screws and hopefully fix this thing back up. And this battery contact over here actually isn't too bad. Let's see if we can extract this battery. I feel like I'm extracting like a ruptured tooth or something. It's probably also what Dennis said. And then down here, we can even take this piece out. This is okay, that's awesome. We need to clean up that battery acid mess, but I want to get this plate off so we can see if there's anything going on with this board here. Okay, is that all? Oh, we got pins. So these pins go in here, and that is what softens the vibration for that disk drive. We've got what looks like a modification. I think that's probably a factory mod, but it does look kind of funny there. And this board seems like that's right. What's holding it in? Something right over here. Okay, I have my hands on both sides of this board. I'm pulling this way, and I think almost got it. Oh no, we do have it. Okay. So case can go there. And this is the last board. So overall, I'm actually pretty happy with how this thing looks. It doesn't look too bad. The hard part is with that battery corrosion, I was never able to try and start this thing up, so I don't know for sure what might be going on with this. We definitely do need to clean the laser. I'll do a few other checks on the board, do some inspection, and then we'll get that battery acid cleaned up, and then we can put it back together enough to test and see if there's anything else going on. I've just been kind of doing a basic inspection on these boards, and honestly, I don't see any problems on these boards. These look really clean. We've got a battery here. I'll check the voltage in that in a minute. And then we do need to check this laser. I'll put that under a microscope in a minute, see if there's anything we need to do there. Probably at a minimum at least clean it, but we can see if it's even dirty. Other than that, these boards look really good. So let's check out this laser and see if it's dirty or not. And it's really not too bad. Got a loose hair in here. We'll get that out of there. Actually, I got a little bit more kind of debris around the laser over here. That's never good. Oh, actually, look at that. Yeah, that's actually really dirty. At first looked at it, I thought it was pretty clean, but that would definitely cause a problem. Okay, I'm going to use some compressed air. Just kind of blow that whole area out. That looks way better. One more time with some isopropyl alcohol. Okay, that looks so much better. I do want to get this little bit out of get all that hair and dirt and debris out. But if it did have a laser problem, I think we fixed that. It's looking way better. While we're under the microscope, let's take a look at these game slot pins. Actually, they look really good. So all I'm going to do for this is use a toothbrush and some isopropyl alcohol. Give them a good cleaning, and dry them off, and use some deoxit to put on those pins. There we go. Okay, now the game slot is ready to go. Next, let's take care of this battery. So I want to first check and see what the voltage is on the battery currently. 2.5 volts. Given that this probably hasn't been turned on in a long time, that might be okay. These are rechargeable batteries. But since we're in here, we might as well just replace it. And I think what I want to do is make this battery replaceable. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove the old battery. I'm going to do that by putting some flux on the two mounting pins for the battery. Then I'll come in with my soldering iron and melt each one and lift the battery as I do. And then I will bring over the holder, solder down the 2 points to mount it, and then I will simply push the battery right into it. Just like that. Now I have a battery with twice the capacity, and it's easily replaceable. And now we've all been waiting for, let's get this battery corrosion cleaned up. To clean this corrosion, I'm going to be using some white vinegar. That's going to make my studio smell really good. First things first, let's go in with this plastic piece. Always love the bubbling that we get with the white vinegar. There we go. So take care of that corrosion real quick. And just add a little more vinegar. Yep, let's add a little more, and we need to add more pieces. I mean, that's looking so good already. Look at this. It's almost completely all cleaned off already. Next, we're going to go in with this piece. There we go. Yeah, so good. One of the main things we need to get is that metal contact right down there. Okay, that is getting so much better already. And then we need to clean this out. Got a bunch right down here. I'm going to get as much out as I can, and then we'll get some vinegar on a toothbrush and really scrub that down. Okay, here we go. It's going to neutralize all of that and keep any of it from spreading. Okay, I'm just going to kind of let all of this soak as is. Then we'll come back once it's done and start getting this thing put back together. We need to take a look at that hinge. I'm hoping I'll be able to fix that. I'm not sure if I will be able to, but hopefully we can, because I'm pretty sure I won't be able to buy that anywhere. And just look at how much better that is. We still need to fix this hinge, but all the corrosion is just gone. Just a couple minutes in that. Now, there is like some kind of rusty residue on that. That's not actual corrosion. I actually don't know what that is, but the corrosion is all gone. So that's great. Yeah, same with this piece. Just look at how good this looks. It's a little wet still, but like that corrosion is just totally gone. It looks so good. That's going to make it feel so nice putting this back together with these nice clean pieces. Okay, now we need to fix this hinge. So here's the problem with the hinge. We have the hinge pin right here, and then this piece needs to fit over that, but it's clearly become sort of dislodged from that. So let's see what we can do. Put this back on. Easy so far. Now's the hard part though. Gotta find something we can use. Oh, there we go. There's no way it was that easy. I mean, it sort of was though. I feel like we should maybe bend it a little bit. The real problem I think with this hinge, and I'm not going to be able to do that without taking it off, which I can do that if needed. The thing is, like when I push back and forth, it's almost fine. It's pretty bent right there though. It does need to curl around there a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is remove these screws and get this hinge all the way off, and then see if we can bend that just a little bit. It doesn't need a lot, but let's see if we can do it a little bit, enough to secure that a little bit more. And then I think if we lubricate this hinge, that's going to make it work way better. This plastic piece is interesting. it. I'm not sure I bent it around the pin at all. It is a lot better though. Actually, opens quite a bit easier even just that bent too. There's a little bit of bend over bend there, but that actually looks pretty good. Okay, let's lubricate this thing. And then I bet after that it's going to bend way easier. And here we go with some lubricant. I'm talking about. That's feeling so much better. Okay, that part's done. Now I did notice we also have some more green corrosion here. Let's clean that off. Let's have a paper towel soaked in, what's that stuff called? Vinegar. There we go, that's better. And then, is it time to put this whole thing back together? I think it almost is. We've cleaned the battery acid, we've fixed the hinge, we've cleaned the laser, we've changed the battery, we've cleaned the game slot. I think it's time to put this thing back together and see if it's going to work after all that. I just have to remember how. Let's start with what we know. That's this guy. Okay, we just gotta get everything lined up. It takes a bit, but I think we got it. That looks all in there right. These are lined up. Make sure the door opens. Yep. Okay. Good there. So, next we have to put this one on. Can we put that door on? I'm a little bit worried about that because I don't remember how that goes on. Although, it probably does just sit in there, so I think we're fine there. So these have to come up. And then this has to go on, but this has to go on. Okay, so this goes on. This goes on here. It's much harder when I don't pay attention to when I'm taking it apart. Okay, that goes on there. Okay, we're on the right track here, I think. Oh, everything's got to line up with the grommets on this disk drive. That one, this one, and this one. There we go. Now with that metal plate on, we can put this piece in. This is what holds that door down. So this can go right here. Just like that. Oh, except for our door doesn't spread needs to go down here. Like that, I believe. Let's try it. Nope. I think the spring has to go like that. This goes down here. Maybe? Ah, that's better. Okay. Now, let's make sure that opens. Yep, good to go. Okay. Now this guy goes in next. I don't remember how. I think it goes in just like that. Is that all there is to it? I feel like that's all there is to it. Because then we have the hinge. Yeah, okay. Well, let's try it. Okay, and then we have this here, and the battery will go right in there. Okay, good. Batteries. Where does this plug in? That could be a problem. Oh, right there. Got it. Okay, everything's good so far, I think. Next, plug the battery connector in here. There we go. And this is all over the place. I just gotta push down. Get these pins in. Oh man, that was a little scary. Got them though. We're all good there. All good here. That button works. So now we need to solder these guys on and then solder that plate on the bottom of this. Okay, now got in. I don't think I actually had to remove these screws in the first place, but I do want to remember to put them in. I'm pretty sure these wires are ground wires. One goes right up here, like that, and the other goes right over here, like that. Okay, I think that's correct. I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments if it's not. Oh, we have that kind of misaligned there. There we go. That should be all right. Now, let me just double check. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, everything's looking good so far. Now, we need to put this metal piece back on. It's like a copper adhesive sheet. So I don't think that's going to touch this battery. But I'm going to put some Kapton tape over that just in case. That would be a bummer if it shorted out that battery. Okay. We are for sure good now. I just need to resolder these copper tabs right there. Now, let's put this door on and make sure everything works and lines up here. I believe it just needs to slide on. There's that little tab that we're waiting on. There we go. There we go. Ah, so good. Look at that. Slides nicely. Opens and closes easy. That's what I'm talking about. Now, we're ready for the last thing. We're ready, but we gotta clean it. So gross. A bunch of that sort of flaky battery corrosion in here. So I'm gonna use my paper towel soaked with vinegar. Just clean that all up. It'll get it out and then it'll stop any other corrosion going on. I don't think there's actually any corrosion going on this metal plate, but all right. Now this, just go right down there. Got a few screws to put in, and then we can actually plug it in and test it. But before we do that, I just remember one more thing we need to do. That is we need to give it a good cleaning. Pretty dirty on the outside, so let's get it cleaned up, and then we can test it. This turned out really nice overall. But now, it's time that we actually plug it in, see if anything explodes. We need to quickly clean in here. We already did the laser, so I just want to kind of get a general clean in this area. Okay. Now let's get it plugged in so we can test it. So I bought this AC adapter that's specifically for this, according to the eBay listing, but I don't trust eBay, so let's test and make sure it's putting out the correct amount of voltage. This should have 9 or 10 volts and 1.5 amps. We won't test the amps, but let's check the volts. And we have 18 volts. This is supposed to have 9 volts, and it has twice that. It does say output is DC 10 volts. That's why I always double check anything when I get it off of eBay. Since that AC adapter didn't seem to be working correctly, I bought another one that is 9 volt 2 amp output. Let's check it. Since the CDX is pretty sensitive with voltage and amperage, I want to make sure that I'm not putting something in here